French fries have long been considered the soul of the fast food industry. Almost no quick meal is complete without a serving of golden, crispy, fragrant, and buttery fries. Their irresistible appeal makes many people indulge without realizing that behind that shiny golden crust lies hidden dangers to health. In this analysis, we will dive into each major brand to see clearly why you should avoid them at all costs. Checkers and Rallies have long been nicknamed the king of battered fries thanks to their signature spice blend that is salty, spicy, and aromatic. This is exactly why so many customers become hooked and keep coming back just for the fries. However, behind that crunchy golden coating lies a major nutritional concern. To maintain long-lasting crispiness and bold flavor, Checkers Rally's fries are coated with a thick layer of batter. This coating absorbs twice as much oil as regular fries, turning what seems like a small snack into a calorie bomb. A small portion can contain 400 to 500 calories, equivalent to a full meal. On top of that, the high levels of salt and saturated fat can accelerate risks of weight gain, high cholesterol, hypertension, and heart disease if consumed frequently. McDonald's fries have long become a global icon. Not only do they appear in nearly every fast food meal, but they are also considered the benchmark against which other brands are compared. The consistent flavor from New York to Paris to Tokyo is the result of an extremely strict preparation process designed to preserve the same customer experience in every country. However, achieving this consistency requires multiple complex steps. The fries are usually cooked twice the first time to make them tender inside, and the second time to create crispiness. In addition, preservatives, antioxidants, and artificial flavorings are added to maintain their golden color and stable taste. This industrial processing transforms what seems like a simple dish into a product that is both tasty and addictive. The problem is that a medium serving of McDonald's fries can contain up to 320 to 350 calories, about 15 to 20 grams of fat, and nearly 300 milligrams of sodium. These figures may not sound too alarming on their own, but when paired with a burger, fried chicken, and soda, a full combo, the total calories and sodium intake can easily exceed the daily recommended limit. And then Five Guys is often praised for its unique approach. Potatoes are hand-cut, in-store, never frozen, and deep-fried in peanut oil. Thanks to this, the fries have a fresh taste, a rich buttery flavor, and a distinctive aroma that many people insist makes them unforgettable after just one bite. At first glance, using fresh potatoes and peanut oil may seem healthier than industrial oils, but the reality is quite the opposite. The biggest issue lies in the massive portion size. A serving of regular fries at Five Guys weighs about 400 to 500 grams, nearly half a kilogram of fried potatoes. This portion contains up to 950 to 1,000 calories, equivalent to 2 full nutritious meals. The danger is that many customers still consider fries only a side dish, and when paired with a cheeseburger and soda, the classic Five Guys combo, the total energy intake can easily surpass 2,000 calories, which is roughly the entire daily requirement for an adult. Moreover, deep frying in peanut oil at high temperatures is not as safe as many assume. Although peanut oil is rich in monounsaturated fats, when it is reused multiple times, it still produces harmful oxidized compounds and aldehydes, substances scientifically linked to heart disease and cancer. Have you ever tried the gigantic fries from Five Guys? Do you think such a portion is worth trading for 1,000 calories? Arby's has long been famous for its curly fries, crispy, heavily seasoned, and visually appealing. Their unique spiral shape combined with a thick batter coating helps the fries stay crunchy longer while delivering a flavor that is unlike any other brand. For this reason, many customers consider curly fries the soul of Arby's menu, with some even visiting the restaurant just to order this item alone. Yet the very formula that makes them special also turns curly fries into a hidden health hazard. The batter and seasoning cause curly fries to soak up far more oil than regular fries, turning each crunchy bite into a sponge of grease. The result is that even a seemingly small serving packs an alarming amount of calories and saturated fat. On top of that, the heavy seasoning comes with 600 to 800 milligrams of sodium in just one small portion, over half of the World Health Organization's recommended daily intake. When paired with Arby's sandwiches, roasted meats, or sauces, the total calories, sodium, and fat can easily exceed safe limits. Over time, the habit of regularly eating curly fries doesn't just lead to weight gain and obesity, but also increases the risks of hypertension, cardiovascular disease, and kidney problems. In other words, curly fries are not as harmless as their attractive appearance suggests. They are essentially a calorie and salt trap disguised as golden crispy spirals. Taco Bell's nacho fries sound tempting, crispy fries dusted with bold Mexican spices and paired with hot melted cheese sauce. But behind that irresistible flavor lies a nutritional bomb filled with hidden health risks that most people overlook. Just one serving of nacho fries contains nearly 400 calories more than 20 grams of fat and 700 milligrams of sodium, about 1/3 of the daily salt limit. When paired with a burrito or taco, the total meal can easily climb to 1,000 to 1,500 calories, quickly leading to weight gain, belly fat, and cardiovascular risks. To keep the cheese sauce smooth and creamy, Taco Bell relies on emulsifiers, flavorings, and other industrial additives. Over time, these put added stress on the liver, kidneys, and hormonal system. More dangerously, the combination of salt, fat, and cheese stimulates the brain's pleasure centers, making you crave more and more, creating a hard-to-control habit, essentially a deliberately engineered form of addiction. Nacho fries are not just a quick snack, they are a sweetly disguised nutritional trap. Having them occasionally may not cause harm, but turning them into a habit means trading long-term health for a few minutes of indulgence. If you want to protect your heart rate and lifespan, it is best to avoid Taco Bell, especially nacho fries, at all costs. At first glance, Freddy's shoestring fries look light and delicate, tiny, crispy, and seemingly less heavy than thick-cut fries. But in reality, they are far more harmful because they are so thin. Each strand of potato absorbs 1.5 to even 2 times more oil than regular fries. This means that every bite you take is like chewing on a grease sponge disguised under a golden crunch. A small portion can contain more than 400 calories and over 20 grams of fat, most of it saturated fat, the main culprit behind clogged arteries, higher bad cholesterol, and increased risk of heart disease. When paired with spicy cheese sauce, the calorie count can jump to 600 to 700 with hundreds of milligrams of sodium, enough to spike blood pressure and overload the heart, liver, and kidneys. Even worse, the cheese sauce is packed with industrial additives, emulsifiers, and artificial flavorings. Eating it regularly can disrupt digestion, throw hormones out of balance, and encourage dangerous visceral fat buildup. In the long run, this habit becomes the fastest path to uncontrolled weight gain, diabetes, and heart disease. Shoestring fries are not as light as they appear. They are, in fact, a calorie and oil trap that quietly wears down your health day by day. Smashburger often promotes its rosemary fries as a healthy option thanks to the use of herbs and olive oil. This premium image makes many believe it is a guilt-free version of French fries, but the reality is the opposite. The herbs and olive oil are nothing more than a clever disguise, while at the core, these are still deep-fried potatoes drenched in oil. To keep the fries crispy longer and rich in flavor, they are fried for extended periods, which causes them to absorb even more oil than usual. The result is that one serving of rosemary fries contains hundreds of calories and over 20 grams of fat, most of it oxidized at high heat, producing inflammatory compounds that directly increase the risks of heart disease and type 2 diabetes. On top of that, French fries are refined carbohydrates. When combined with salt and heavy seasoning, they cause blood sugar to spike, forcing the body to release excess insulin. Over time, this leads to insulin resistance, belly fat accumulation, weight gain, and higher diabetes risk. Meanwhile, the high sodium content raises blood pressure and puts added strain on the kidneys. In other words, Rosemary fries are not healthy as advertised, but rather a cleverly disguised trap of calories, sodium, and fat, tricking people into believing they are making a safe choice. Jack in the Box is known for its creativity, and Halfies, a mix of crispy curly fries and traditional straight-cut fries, is a perfect example. At first glance, the dish feels fun, varied, and gives customers the impression they are getting more value in one box. But behind that novelty lies a massive nutritional burden few notice. Just one serving of Halfies packs nearly 1,000 calories, equivalent to a full meal on its own. The real danger is that few people stop at fries alone. Customers usually pair them with cheese-heavy burgers, rich sandwiches, or sugary sodas, staples at Jack in the Box. The result? A single meal can easily exceed 1,500 to 2,000 calories, equal to or even more than an entire day's energy needs. This means the body is overloaded with far more energy than necessary, most of it coming from refined starch, sodium, and saturated fat. Over time, this habit leads to rapid weight gain, obesity, high cholesterol, insulin resistance, and metabolic disorders. In short, Halfies are not a fun or worth it combination as advertised, but rather a sophisticated calorie trap. They may be eye-catching and tasty for a moment, but in reality, they push your health closer to heart disease, diabetes, and obesity after just a few seemingly harmless meals. Popeyes is world famous for its bold Cajun fried chicken, but surprisingly many customers are even more obsessed with the chain's fries. Some fans go so far as to claim Popeyes fries are better than the chicken. With their ultra crispy coating, spicy Cajun seasoning, and rich dipping sauces, they truly deliver an explosion of flavor. Yet this very perfection hides a dangerous truth few people notice. Popeyes fries are typically cooked in the same oil used for frying chicken oil that is saturated with animal fat and loaded with saturated fatty acids. When the starch from potatoes combines with animal-based oils at high temperatures, it creates a mixture of bad cholesterol, LDL, empty calories, and oxidized compounds. These are direct culprits behind clogged arteries, hypertension, and increased risk of stroke. Just one small serving can exceed 600 calories and contain hundreds of milligrams of sodium, enough to raise blood pressure immediately after eating. Even more concerning, the fries are engineered to be addictive. The combination of salt, fat, and seasoning constantly triggers the brain's craving signals. This is why many customers can't stop at just one portion, often doubling or tripling their intake. In short, Popeyes fries are not an innocent delight to go along with fried chicken, but a silent enemy to your health. Eating them regularly means pushing yourself closer to obesity, high cholesterol, and heart disease. What some call better than the chicken may actually be the most dangerous item on the Popeyes menu. KFC was once synonymous with its potato wedges, thick-cut crispy on the outside, and fluffy inside, considered by many customers a signature of the brand. But when wedges were discontinued, KFC replaced them with a new style of fries. At first glance, this seemed like an upgrade, thinner, crispier, and infused with that distinct KFC flavor by being fried directly in the same oil as the chicken. Yet this very change turned what seemed like a familiar side dish into a true nutritional trap. A single serving of KFC fries today contains about 320 to 430 calories, and more alarmingly, 1,200 milligrams of sodium, nearly 60% of the daily salt allowance. When paired with fried chicken already dripping with oil, the total calories, sodium, and saturated fat easily surpass safe limits in just one meal. Even worse, being fried in chicken oil causes the fries to absorb animal fat and bad cholesterol, LDL, direct culprits of clogged arteries, high blood pressure, cardiovascular disease, and stroke risk. There's no denying they taste good, but the price is your health. The popular fried chicken plus fries combo at KFC doesn't just pack on the pounds, it traps the body in a cycle of obesity, diabetes, and metabolic disorders. Put bluntly, KFC's new fries are a silent blow to your heart health. French fries may make fast food meals more appealing, but behind that crispy golden crust lies a trap of calories, sodium, and saturated fat cleverly disguised by fast food brands. Whether marketed with herbs, premium oils, or special recipes, they all lead to the same outcome: weight gain, obesity, hypertension, and heart disease when eaten regularly. The truth is, there is no such thing as a safe or healthy version of fast food fries. Having them once in a while for enjoyment is fine, but turning them into a habit is the fastest path to destroying your health. That's why it's important to stay alert to their appeal and make smarter choices for yourself. If you found this information helpful, don't forget to share the video, leave a comment, and subscribe to the channel so we can continue uncovering surprising truths hidden behind foods that seem all too familiar.